All righty then, a little more thoughts from Tumor Town with your good old buddy Bruce. Now, in the corporate event world, I have to say that in the early days, um, there was a team at LMG. There was a John, Marty, Carl, Kurt, Joe, my brother-in-law Matt, another guy Dave. There was a family, and they're all still around today, and we all still see and talk to each other still to this very day. But that was a group that I have to say could make you laugh harder than you could ever imagine possible. Because you have to think about this. We would be sitting on headsets, right? Like you would see a theater person, or you got an ear muff and a microphone, so we could talk to each other. Because I'm on one camera over here, he's on a camera. You have the guys backstage, you know, and you would get these presenters on stage who were just boring as they could be. I mean, oh my goodness me. And so we would just keep babbling to keep each other awake. And we would get as far off the line as you could go. It was almost a challenge to see who could offend more than somebody else. I mean, anything. Nothing was off the table. You could go anywhere your mind could take you. And I am telling you what. I mean, it could go places. Now, Dave and Kurt and Carl could really go places. They were like the three spears of the devil's trident. I mean, they could really go places. Now Joe could go places, but Joe was kind of quiet. He would lay back and wait for that one perfect moment, and then bam, he would hit it. I was like a little sidewinder. I could come up with little bits and pieces here and there and just toss on the side. I was the filler guy. And John would just sit back and come up with his golden moments when the time was right. And he would zing them on in there. Same with Matthew. And I mean, if we'd have ever recorded some of the things we did, it would have been amazing. I actually, at one point, got a group of them. I think I had Marty, Dave, Joe, Kurt, and Carl together, and I recorded them doing what I call the man show, trying to replicate kind of what we do with the headsets. And, woo, it was good. I mean, it wasn't as raucous as we would have gotten on a show site, mind you, but it was pretty raucous. But later on, I actually did one with some theater girls that I knew. And man, they made the guys look tame. Really, wow, I was so surprised. But I knew, even if we tried to make that kind of a thing and put it up on the web, man, would we get lambasted. Oh boy, because we offend everybody. But then again, we meant to. That was the whole intent, was to try to offend everybody. But, I mean, that was some of the funniest stuff, I ever recall. And it's just, one of those things that will never happen again in my life, those kinds of moments. But they were so good when they did. I just loved laughing that hard and feeling that funny. That was just a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, thanks to all of those guys and to all the current, pirates, thank you. Our headsets conversations don't get as crazy as they used to, but you guys still, make me laugh and kept me going, and I appreciate that. So, if I think of other things, from moments in my life that I want to put on tape, I'll try to come back and visit this. But for the most part, I think all of these kind of give you a good encapsulation of my life. and where we go and how I got to where I am today. So, now I'm basically retired and sitting here talking to you on videotape, even though I'm now dead. So, never would have thought that possible before, but here I am, right? Alrighty. Peace. Hang ten.